everybody, welcome back to this video in which I'm gonna show you the classroom management component, which is the most important thing or one of the most important things in teaching English or in the field of teaching in general. I would say that classroom management refers to what is done by the teacher in order to make the class environment successful for a better learning to take place. And there are a lot of steps, a lot of tips in order to make this environment successful, as mentioned by Jeremy Horner in his book, How to Teach English. By the way, I listed them for you here in order to make them easier for you. So the first one is how the teacher stands in the classroom and how he or she behaves. This matters most because it reflects your personality, it reflects your way of teaching. And you have to get close to your students when you have to get far from them when you have to, because there are some students who like it when you are close to them, and there are some who don't like it. So you have to reconsider your proximity here. And the second one is movement. You have to move in a good manner. Don't move a lot, don't move too much, not to make students confused, reluctant, or demotivated. Being aware of what's going on in your classroom. So you have to have that ability to know what's going on, to handle every situation you could, and you have to know your students' feelings, whether they understand, whether they are demotivated, whether they are reluctant to learn, etc. We have the voice. You have to vary your voice according to the activity you're doing with your students. For example, if you are reading aloud a conversation, your voice would be different from another activity because you will play the roles of the characters or the role of people in that conversation. So you have to vary your volume and voice based on the instructions or based on the activities. You have to have a good voice projection, not to shout, not to scream. Your voice should be audible. You should provide a good voice projection which is understood by all of the students. And we have talking to students. You have to talk in a good manner. Don't be too soft. Don't be too rough. And if you are, for example, too rough, students will get intimidated. And if you are too soft, students may, despise you. We also have given instructions. I mean, the instructions or the activities you give should be clear, should be relevant, should be understood by the students, not too long. They have to have an objective or more, because at the end, if each activity students should understand or should acquire something. The last one is TTT versus STT. I mean, students talking time versus teacher talking time. And you have to maximize students talking time and minimize your talking time, because if you minimize your talking time as a teacher, you get students talk and you give them chances to talk, to speak, to practice their speaking, etc. This is all what I have for today's lesson. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.